Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Christ Lutheran. Welcome to chapel. It's so great to see all of our parents and friends here to support our first graders. Those students behind me, our first graders, are in charge of our chapel this morning. So they're going to lead us through worship. And I ask your attention to the screens and to what our first graders are leading us in. So.
first grade friends and I are going to tell you this story. Not just any story, God's story. So part of God's story is about how Jesus brought a man back to life. And it goes like this. Jesus had 3 very good friends, Mary, Martha, and their brother Lazarus.
There once was a man named Lazarus, and he was sick. And he was sick. He lived in Bethany with 2 sisters, Mary and Martha. Messenger? Did I say messenger? Messenger enters. Mary and Martha hand him the message to bring to Jesus, the only one they knew, because they knew the only one can heal Lazarus was Jesus.
So the two sisters send a message to Jesus telling him, Lord, your dear friend is very sick. They knew the only one who could heal Lazarus was Jesus. He finally reached Jesus. He found him traveling and telling people about God.
Lazarus' sickness will not end in death. The Son of God will receive glory from this.
When Jesus heard about it, he said,
Lazarus' sickness will not end in death. The Son of God will receive glory from this.
You may think that Jesus will rush to heal his friend. Although Jesus loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, he stayed where he was for 2 more days. And then Jesus told his disciples, finally, Jesus said to his disciples, it is time.
Let's go. He is sleeping. Let's go. He is sleeping.
Quiet, please. You two are standing on both sides.
Jesus knew something no one else knew. They thought that Jesus meant that Lazarus was just asleep, but Jesus knew that Lazarus had died. Jesus told the disciples that Lazarus was dead, but Jesus was going to bring him back to life so that they would believe that Jesus really was the Son of God.
Now you will really believe.
Jesus and his disciples walked toward Jesus and his disciples walked towards Bethany to find Lazarus. When Jesus arrived at Bethany, he was told that Lazarus had already been in the grave for 4 days. Many people had come to be with Mary and Martha at their house because they were sad.
When Martha heard that Jesus was coming to see them, she went to meet him. But Mary stayed in the house. Martha finds Jesus and says,
You have to go speak into the microphone.
Lord, if you have been here, my brother would not have died. But I know even now, God will give you whatever you ask.
Your brother will rise again.
But Martha thought that Jesus was talking about when they would see each other in heaven. What Jesus meant that he would actually bring Lazarus back to life here on earth.
Everyone who lives in me and believes in me will never die.
Jesus is saying because he is the Son of God, he is more powerful than death. Jesus knew that when we believe in him, we will have everlasting life. But he also knew that a miracle was about to happen right then. So Martha went to get Mary, and they went back to see Jesus with the crowd following them. After that, Mary ran to Jesus and fell at his feet. Mary said the same thing that Martha did.
Mary, you need to go to the microphone. James, come here. Sit right here. Come here.
If you would have been here, my brother would not have died.
When Jesus saw her weeping and saw that other people wailing and crying with her, he was so sad. A deep anger welled up within him, and he was deeply troubled. You see, Jesus was angry at the situation. He was probably upset for his friends, and he was angry at sin and death in the world. And he wanted his friends to know that he was there to save them all.
Where is he?
They took Jesus to the outside of the tomb that Lazarus was in. When they got there, Jesus wept. Friends, have you ever felt sad because of something that had to happen to you or someone you care about? Just like us, Jesus felt pain and sadness because of what happened to his friend.
Scoot close and talk into the microphone. Scoot close. There you go.
This? Lord Jesus loved Nazareth. His friend who he loved so much was dead.
Why didn't he save him sooner?
Jesus was still angry and upset as he arrived at the tomb, which was a cave with a big heavy stone rolled in front of the tomb.
Move that rock. Move that rock.
Move the rock. Go for it. Go.
Martha pointed out that Lazarus had been dead for 4 days.
Didn't I tell you that you would see God's glory if you believe?
So they rolled the stone away, and Jesus looked to heaven and prayed. Then shouted,
Lazarus, come out.
And Lazarus walked out, his hand and feet bound in grave cloth, his face wrapped in a headcloth.
Unwrap him. Unwrap him.
This man who has been dead for 4 days was now standing in front of everyone, walking and talking and alive. The people were amazed. Crowd cheers. You see, Jesus knew all along that he could bring Lazarus back to life. Jesus wanted the people to see he was the Son of God.
He wanted people to see God's greatness, that God could do anything, even bring someone back from the dead. And Jesus was about to do something even more incredible.
He himself was about to die for us, be buried in a tomb for 3 days, and then come back to life. And he did it to rescue us from all our pain, sadness, and wrong choice.
And when we believe in him, we get to be a part of God's family forever. And that's the story of Lazarus. Straight from the Bible. Read it for yourself in the book of John chapter 11, verse 1 through 43.
There's a lot of work that goes into something like this, and so special thanks to those who helped with our music, those who helped upstairs with the AV equipment, the teachers, the parents, and everybody involved. As I was putting on my microphone before they started, one of the first graders told me, "Mr. T, you don't have to worry about it, we got this one," which was correct. But I do get to do a few announcements this morning for everybody. So it's a busy week around campus, and students, you're probably pretty excited about a classroom visit today on the Kids Heart Challenge. Those of you that have signed up, I walked around and visited the classrooms yesterday and passed out a bunch of wristbands and little toys and so on and so forth. And I've got a really long list today, and so I'll be visiting your classrooms as well. But the most important thing, well, probably two things here. Number one, fitness and being healthy, something that we can all get excited about and get involved in. And the second part of that is we already, as of yesterday, had raised over $1,000 for the American Heart Association, which is a really awesome thing. Let's see, we have basketball games going on. The girls were in the gym yesterday, 5th and 6th graders, and then today the 5th and 6th grade boys are in the gym, and then tomorrow both teams are in the gym. We've got a doubleheader back-to-back. So lots of basketball to come and watch and get involved in and root on the Crusaders. Our school musical is coming up soon, and, well, not that soon, right? Don't even panic, you teachers. It's not until May, but we have the list, the posted list of those students that'll be in the musical and taking those lead roles. So thank you to everybody who auditioned for those parts. Friday night, this is for parents. Friday night is the Spring Fling. So hopefully I'll see you guys out at Spring Fling this year. And kids, that might mean you have a babysitter on Friday night. Is that good? And then finally, what a great message this morning on Lazarus and Jesus raising him up from the dead, and the lessons that we learned from that, and that Jesus is life for us as well. And during this Easter season, we're reminded of that, and we think about the celebration coming soon of Jesus rising from the grave and what that means to us as Christians. So we do have worship here on Wednesday nights for Advent and, for the Lenten season. And so if you're interested in joining us, Wednesday night worship starts at 7 o'clock, and you're certainly invited to join us for Easter worship services. We've got a lot of special worship coming up in the month of April. There's one last thing, first graders. You want to help me do the chapel closing? All right, everybody stand up, please, and we will do our closing together. So first we point to the Christian flag, and we say our pledge to the Christian flag. I pledge allegiance to the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, and to the faith for which it stands, one Savior eternal, with mercy and grace for all. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may have a seat. Thank you, guys.